Hi, it's Stacy with So Steady, and I am here live with Lorena Corzatt. And we are talking about this awesome ruler work event that we've got coming up this next week. Is that right, Lorena?
Yes, a week from today,
Yeah.
I think.
And you are in a tiny room. No, I'm kidding.
I I am in tiny
You
room.
look so tall right now.
My sewing room
Um,
is in the attic.
I love it. Well, hey, I think that we could all have some time talking about our sewing rooms and what we get out of
Absolutely.
space in our home. Mine is in my living room, so that
Hey,
works for me.
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, or tell us all a little bit about the feather event that you've got coming up this next week.
Yay. Well, I'm really excited. So this is the Feather Root Organizer. At its heart, it's about learning how to do feathers. So that's one of those things that all of us have aspired to do as quilters. Oh, I want to do feathers, and I don't know about you, but my feathers look like they're not ready for prime time if I do them freehand. They're blobby and ugly, and they just look like lumps. So I don't do feathers freehand. But with rulers, I can do feathers. I can do feathers all day long because I love them. They're a hoot. So at its heart, the Feather Ruler Organizer is about feathers, but it's also a great place to store your rulers because we're all collecting rulers as we go. And it's a great place to put them. You can hang them up on your wall, you can roll it up and take it to a retreat with you, take it to a class. You can have 3 or 4 of these for all of your rulers. And I'm going to help you get through the technical part of putting it all together. So
That's so cool. So tell me, do you have one you can show us, first of all? Because I think
I
everybody would love to
do.
see that. And then
Yes.
also, do you show them in the class all of the feather designs and how to put together the organizer? Like, tell us a little bit about how
Mhm.
that works.
Yeah. So let me switch the camera around, Stacy, and put it
Okay.
on the feather organizer, and then we will. I'll go through all of that. So you might want to hide me for just a minute so I don't make anybody sick. Uh,
Well, that's what I'll do. I'll take them right to the
okay.
feather template. How does that sound? So
That
when we
sounds
talk about
good.
feathers, this is what we're talking about, everyone. We're talking about these gorgeous feather designs that you can learn how to quilt as beautiful as this using the Wesley Design templates. Now, there's a 4-piece template feather set that is kind of the base of what we call our feathers. But I will tell you, we have so many different feather designs in our line now. We've got spinning feathers. We've got spinifex feathers. We have what we call pointed feathers or feather leaves. We've got feather leaf wreaths. So if you talk about feathers, can take you on a feather journey like no other. Tell us, how many different feather sets are you going to be really diving into in this class?
So I'll go through all of these, but I'm going to dive into the basic feather set. I'm going to do one spinifex feather, and I'm going to do a circles on quilts wreath, which is a feathered wreath. And lots of, here, let's turn this over so you can see the back side of it or the front side, depending on how you do it. So on this one, can you see all of those, Stacy? Because I can't see where I am right now. We've got straight feathers on a straight spine. So basic feathers, learn how to do feathers. Feathers are often very organic. So feathers on a curved spine. Feathers to fit in a particular area. So if you want your feathers to fit inside of something. Now, these are feathered leaves. This is what Stacy was just talking about a moment ago. And I'm not actually going to go over those in the class unless I have time, and then I'll do them as well. But I just love the way feathered leaves come out. There's a feathered leaf wreath, which is really easy to say, and then the feathered leaves on a spine, and it's just a gorgeous set. We'll talk about those as we go, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of extra time to do those. So let me turn this over, and this is kind of the business side of the organizer. And it's got 4 zippered pockets that allow you to put your stuff in them. So in here, I have some of the things that were most of the things that we're going to need in order to do the feather ruler class. You're going to need your sew steady foot or a ruler work foot. You're going to need your staple tape. You're going to need a marking tool. That's mine. That's my little chalk liner. This is the Spinifex Feather number 8, 5.5. So it makes a 5.5 inch feather that goes around in a circle. And that's one of the feathers that we're going to use.
I love that template.
I do too. It's one of my favorites. It makes a great fill. It's fun to play with. You can do veins. You can build on it. You can do more layers of it. It's a really neat template. This is the Circles on Quilts wreath set. Okay, so it's a set of 5 templates, 3.5 through 11.5, and they make this gorgeous feathered wreath with the little center in here, and it also has the echo available on here. So we'll talk about those. We're going to use one of those. We'll use probably the 5.5 inch on that one. So there's the top pocket. Here's the pocket that goes to the basic feather template set. 4 feather templates, 2 inch through 5 inch, so 2, 3, 4, and 5 inch feathers. With just that feather template set, you can do feathers all day long. And I'm going to give you the basics as a jumping off point. And from there, I want you to take it to wherever you want to go with it, because there is so much that you can do with feathers. So we'll need that set. That's really the guts of it. You'll want that set. Down here, we have the 10-inch arc. Okay, so this is the 10-inch
Feather spine. Yes.
Feather spine. Thank you, Stacy. The words were in there. They just weren't connecting with the mouth. So the feathered spine, and a great tool as a straight line, as a nice curve. You don't have to use it for feathered spines. You can use it for waves. You can use it for a fill. Lots of ways to use this, but a really neat tool. As well as ruler stickers. So there's ruler stickers on here. You're going to want some ruler stickers because they really help keep track of where you are. They come off, they go back on. They're like little sticky notes, but better because they stick all the way across. They're wonderful. And in the pack, they come in 3 different colors. So this Blue Lagoon, Mojito, and Cosmo. I think there's an adult beverage theme there, but I'm not sure. Could that be, Stacy?
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. I kind of do love those colors too.
Yeah. So that's that one. And then down here, I'll slide this up. Can you see the bottom here, Stacy? Because I can't see where I am right now.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. You're going to want your spacing gauge. And I always keep mine on my leash because this little tiny guy really wants to get lost. You're going to want something to do straight lines. You can with your feather spine. Yeah, you can do it with that. You can do it with your 12-inch arc, or you can do it with the Sashly template. I love this Sashly template. It was not designed for what I use it for, but I love it for what I use it for. So I'll give a little bit of background on that one, if that's something that you want to use for your straight lines. So all of those, and I think those are the ruler tools that you're going to need in order to build this guy out. Okay. As well, you're going to need some medium weight vinyl. I wish I had a better description of it than that. You don't want something really heavy, but you also don't want something really flimsy. Medium weight. Your machine will sew through it just fine. We're going to continue to use our 9014 top stitch needle just like we do when we do the quilting. So this is how this guy works. Roll it up. Okay. I can slip out my little hanger right here, tie a ribbon around the whole mess, and I'm good to go to class. Okay. you're going to want the pattern for the feather ruler organizer. It's available on Sew Steady's website. It's got all the deets on how all of this goes together. And if you get it ahead of time, it will help you mark out your bag if you want to sew along with me. I also want to let you know that this is going to be available for you to rewatch. So keep your phone handy and you can follow along later and sew as I'm talking, and then pause it and go back and say, wait a minute, what'd she say? And those two things together will really help you work through the pattern if you don't get it all on the first day. So you'll need the pattern. You'll need a yard of your basic material, whatever material you choose to use. It's 1 yard. And the pattern shows you how to mark it and what you might want to do ahead of time. And as well, you will need some accent fabric, okay? I have a fat quarter for the binding, and it is possible to do a bias binding with a fat quarter that will go all the way around this. I've tried it, it works. As well as the accent strips that cover the zippers and a hanging pocket so that you can put the hanger on it. Ultimately, you'll need 4 zippers that are at least 22 inches long. Sometimes the 24-inch zippers are cheaper and easier to get, but you'll want them, you want to make sure they're the polyester kind so that you can cut them off because they'll be too long. And you will want some quilt batting in between the layers here. And you can either use some of the by Annie's Soft and Stable, which is kind of the foam batting, or if that's not convenient for you, you can use 2 layers of regular batting, and it'll give a little bit more beef to the whole project and give it a little more body. But that's kind of the basics for what you're going to need for this class. So, Stacy, what did I leave out?
I think you got it all. Someone needed to know, do you need to use a Teflon sewing machine foot to sew on vinyl?
No, you don't. If you have one, it's helpful, but you don't need it. I'm going to show you how to work with most of the vinyls come with kind of a tissue paper backing, and I'll show you how to keep that backing in place, and you just sew right through the backing, and then your foot won't stick to it.
Excellent. So now how is this class hosted? Tell us a little bit about that.
So there are, I forget how many stores that are hosting this. Stacey,
I think that we have about 9 or 10 stores around well, actually worldwide that are participating. So what we've done is we created a link where you can choose someone that's somewhat near you. That could just be within the next state or 2 of you. But we, do want you to sign up with one of our participating resellers. Mm-hmm. That way we can support them, and you can take advantage of some of the exclusive discounts that we're offering through them.
Right. And
so I have posted a couple of links.
Now that store will get credit for that.
Yeah. And so when we talk about the event itself, it's a virtual event. So all you need to do is have access to a computer, and everything is digital. So you'll have the pattern will be a digital download that you'll get when you purchase the class. And then you can print that off at your leisure. And then the class will be hosted live on our YouTube page. So we'll send you a link and some reminders leading up to the class. You'll get a link to join the class generally a day before and an hour before, along with some of those opportunities opportunities to purchase with some of those exclusive discounts through the participating store you signed up with. And so you'll watch the 2-hour virtual event on a YouTube channel that's hosted as a private channel. And then from there, you'll have 4 more weeks to rewatch it, rewind it, pause it, and be able to really, kind of dive in and make that project at home. We really encourage folks when they first, take the class, just to go ahead and watch it. Don't try to sew along because you'll find that there's just, so much that you're learning as she's taking you through it. Just watch it and ask questions as you're watching it, things that maybe you don't quite understand. And then other people are doing the same thing because it's fully interactive. And then again, you'll have 4 weeks to rewatch that video over and over again.
Right. Yeah. So just kind of watch what's going on. And like I said, you're going to have plenty of, and Stacy said, you're going to have plenty of chances to go back and rewatch this so that it's going to make more sense. Sometimes it's kind of hard to be sewing and following along and sewing and following along, and it's easy to lose your place. So that's a great suggestion, Stacy.
And I just reposted the sign up link again to that. So if you want to know how to sign up, we've reposted it to the chat comments here.
Great.
Well, I think maybe we should give one of these classes away.
I think that'd be fabulous.
Yeah. So what we would say is, if you're interested in taking the class or you think it's a great one for someone else, we encourage you to go ahead and like, comment, and share this link to the post here, the video, and then we'll go ahead and pick a winner. Let's say that we'll plan on picking a winner on Monday, so you have a chance to hopefully get some of your other tools together if you can, and participate in this class with us. So again, you don't have to have all your tools and all your fabric ahead of time, because we're not going to suggest that you absolutely have to do this class live with her.
Right.
In fact, we would discourage it, because that might be really stressful. But you'll have 2 weeks. You'll get that digital download. So you'll always have that pattern to be able to go back and do over and over again. And we do have fun. We actually do a lot of great things with it, including some giveaways. So there'll be some giveaways during the live event, opportunities for you to take advantage of as well if you do go ahead and get signed up. So again, I'll just post that sign up link one more time, and we'll look for having you go ahead and choose one of those amazing participating resellers to sign up with. And again, they might be a few states away, but we're just asking you to sign up with one of them so we can have you take advantage of some of those exclusive discounts that we offer through them. So excellent. Well, thanks so much, Lorena. I appreciate you sharing with us. And we'll look forward to being able to have all of you join us in this amazing feather class that Lorena's got in store for us next week.
I'm excited.
So again, the class is next Friday, right?
Yes,
next Friday at so it's on April 16th at 2 p.m.
Pacific time.
Pacific time. Yeah, that's a good thing to remind people. 2 p.m. Pacific time. So again, you don't have to participate in the live. You can go, you'll have the opportunity to watch a recorded whenever you have time, if you've got stuff going on next Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Sign up. Yeah, be sure to sign up so that you get that link.
And the digital download will come immediately and all that good stuff. So, all right. Well, thanks again, Lorena. Everyone have a wonderful weekend, and we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you next week.
Yep. Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you.
And thanks everybody for joining.